Hey everyone, here's a quick video about my experience with solar fountains. So these models right here, I absolutely love these things right here. These things I get from Amazon. I bought them when they were 40 bucks, a couple of them, and I also bought a couple after the permanent price drop, not just on sale. They're about 20 bucks now. 24 bucks, I should say. These things here are an oversized solar panel that runs this. It being oversized is a good thing because even in the shade, even if you try to block it with your hands, it's still running well into the night. It actually just shut down. Every now and then, I have to get underneath here and just see it's right now clogged with grass. I just have to pick it out of there. Very simple. You don't even have to take the grate off. You just grind it through with your finger, put it back in. Impeller sucks it in and right up the top. You have to constantly clean it, so I don't use the nozzles. This thing, each one came with like a dozen different nozzles. Certain nozzles, like see the ones right here, have like a beautiful sprinkler. The thing is, as it sucks things up, it plugs the little holes, and like when you put your thumb over a garden hose, it sprays further and will empty the pond. So now I just have it wide open so it dribbles, makes ripples, does a little bit of agitation. So I currently have 4 of these ones on the property running, just to help purify the ponds, keep them from becoming stagnant. And as far as mosquitoes, we have water skimmers. They love eating them. Here's another kind of fountain. Do not give up on your solar fountains right away. This solar fountain right here survived the winter. This one has a battery backup, and it has the colorful light show and the water throughout the entire night. This thing runs during the day, and then it runs at night. But every now and then, these round ones seem to have a little bit of a hiccup. Don't throw them away. I had one fountain that only cost me $12. It did not have a battery backup. It only ran during the day, but it randomly did not work for 3 months. And that was 2 years ago. We're now on the 3rd year of operation. It's running fine. It's been out here every winter, never brought it in the house. It froze solid through these harsh northern winters. Still working. This one I bought last year, survived the winter. But for a long time, only the lights were coming on at night. I noticed that from the winter not moving for like probably 5 months, the impeller was seized. I just took the little grate off, poked it. Once it started spinning, never had a problem starting again. It just got corroded, the impeller, just like an aquarium. If anyone's ever had an aquarium filter not work, sometimes you just gotta poke at the impeller with an object to get it to start spinning. Yep, even this thing's lithium-ion battery in there, it's still running nice. And see these straws? This straw is so it can't get too close to the edge and drain the pond. This also had sprinkler heads that go up in the air, but again, it would drain these small ponds. And one thing I think is very unfair, this came from eBay. Most of them came from Amazon. I think it's very unfair. All the listings advertise these things as for bird baths. Especially with the big one coming up, anyone who's buying these should be able to tell it will drain your bird bath. Even on this setting right here, that's still splashing enough. It'll drain your bird bath and burn the motor out on this. You just got to have a little bit of common sense with these. So we're going to go over and take a look at a few of the other fountains I have. So over here is another one. I put this on this patio block so the grass doesn't as quickly grow in around it and block it. This is the same one as over there. Yep. And you see it does not have a sprinkler head on it because I don't want it to go all over the ground. This is a frog pond that so I can easily go ahead and flush it. I just put the garden hose in here on low for an hour every couple days, and it goes through this filter out the sides so we don't lose any tadpoles. Yeah, like I was saying, I almost threw away that solar fountain. But the only reason it didn't get thrown away is because frogs like to sit on them, even when they're non-functional. So now we're over at this other pond. This is the one I told you 3 years ago. My uncle bought this one, actually. He gave it to me because, like I just said, it drained the fountain. This one has no sprinkler head, but it fires pretty far out of that hole, despite it turning white from the sun destroying the plastic solar panel. It's still functioning perfect. This one didn't come with the little things to keep it from the edge, and so it wouldn't drain it back when it had a sprinkler head. It wouldn't drain it now. This one actually has an anchor on the bottom of it. See that metal anchor? And here's another one. This one operates nice. It was running a little slow today. I know I got to unclog that. And I also got a pump, a solar pump over here. Last year when I bought it was $7. I just bought a replacement because I thought it was broken, and I guess it's good to have a backup. It's now up to $15. This runs just a little impeller. I had to add the hose myself. It goes up top. It trickles so slow, but it's a moss filter. Just trickles through that really slow back into the pond. When it's really hot out, the frogs like to sit in the slow-moving water right there. Speaking of solar, someone had an interesting idea in my comments, and I'm giving it a trial test. I will show you guys the results after the end of the summer, or maybe in a couple years. Someone told me to buy for these solar panels that turn all white in the sun. Try putting UV resistant 3M tape on there. It's clear. If you do a good job, you won't even notice it's there. Well, I put it on only a couple of my devices. I probably have 100 different solar lights and gardens and stuff around the property, and I'm just trying it on a few to see how it goes. Here's a wire here. Got to make sure I don't hit it with the lawnmower. I pick up all the stuff. This is going to another fountain right there. The same exact one in my bigger 6,000-gallon pond. Over here is another model by the same company. I am pretty sure the fountain is exactly the same, and you won't really notice a difference because, like I said, these solar panels are already oversized. Well, for some reason I thought it would have came with a better pump. It did not. Here's an even bigger solar panel. This one is like another 1.5 watts bigger, but it worked good. This one even has a kickstand. Yep, it functions exactly the same for about $8 more. Now, one thing that I thought was really cool is take a look at this. This is a color-changing solar light from the dollar store. You can also get normal, tiny dollar store solar lights, although ever since Dollar Tree upped their prices to $1.25 plus tax, I don't really think it's worth it anymore. Go to Walmart. You can get these things in certain stores, not this thing. Dollar Tree actually has some pretty cool stuff that you're going to have to go there for. But if you're just looking for normal solar lights, Walmart has them for 98 cents. An amazing thing about these small ones is, despite only being 98 cents, or in this case $1.25 plus tax, they have a glass solar panel. I have some dollar store lights. They are over 8 years old, and the rechargeable battery is still working. Yes, they're dimmer than the day I bought them, but they're still functioning is the fact. Amazing. I bought a good amount of these lights for my property, and I got some for my mom. I got some for my neighbors. These things are really cool. They come in 7 packs from Amazon. There's a button you can push. You can have it on all the time, but I fear in the winter time that would drain the battery and cause it to not last as long because you want the battery to sustain a charge. It also has dim. When you walk by, it gets bright, or like I have it, it's always off until you walk by. They're tiny motion lights, and they're actually pretty bright. That's so cool. And those things come in multiple sizes. Those are the small ones. They also have medium, large, and extra large. But for some reason, only the small ones have the button on the front where you can change it, which is kind of inconvenient with the bigger ones because they actually have to unscrew them from the wall. They also have much bigger ones that actually look like a floodlight. You know, it has got multiple lenses you can move to the sides. And those ones by the same company even have a remote control because you're most likely going to put an actual security light pretty far up. I don't need to walk deep into the woods and show you guys another identical fountain, but I have them in all the little pools of water and stuff. Well, I just wanted to tell you my experience with the solar fountains, and if you have a temporary hiccup with them, don't throw them away. They may randomly start working again for whatever reason I don't understand with them. But with the ones that have the external solar panel, sometimes it's just a loose connection, and who knows, maybe a mouse chewed it with the ones with the external panel. You always want to check the wire, and if it's frayed, it's running on low voltage. Anybody can splice that together with electrical tape or wire nuts. It's low voltage. You're not going to hurt yourself with just those tiny little things. It's not like you're dealing with, you wouldn't even feel it if you touch these things. Yeah, it's like putting a 9-volt battery on your tongue. It's got a little tingle, but it's not going to hurt you. Very similar situation to that. And you won't feel it on your finger at all. You shouldn't. It's only a couple watts. Anyways, I'm bringing that up because things like squirrels and mice like to chew rubber. I have one of them. They didn't get to any of the actual wire, but there's a little bit of the insulation was chewed by something on one of them. So I just wanted to bring that up. They might need to be spliced. Do they sell waterproof bitter lime? You know, like that stuff you put for rabbits, dogs, and cats so they stop chewing stuff. You know, it's to train puppies and stuff. You spray this nasty stuff on things you notice them chewing. Because once they realize if they chew that, they're going to get that nasty taste in their mouth. They end up stopping. Do they sell that, but waterproof for outdoors? Maybe that's what that stuff is at the store, the pest repellent. Maybe it works similar, but I always assumed that was some sort of predator pee mixed in with it. Anyways, yeah, Dollar Tree has some pretty cool lights, and I can't believe it. Yeah, that comment I made about Walmart has them for 98 cents. That is just the regular, ordinary ones. But you go to Dollar Tree, they have all kinds of cool ones. They have ones shaped like animals, shaped like flowers, shaped like flamingos. They have patriotic ones. They have ones that are fake brass, chrome, all different ones that the Walmart doesn't sell. Walmart, I've only seen them sell their 98-cent black ones, the regular ones. But despite being cheap, they have glass solar panels, and that's what matters for their longevity in my experience. Thanks for watching, everybody.